Welcome to Chabad Inspiration. L'chaim, as we stand a few days before Purim, please allow me to share with you an inspiring thought of Megillas Esther as it is taught in Chassidus Chabad. L'chaim. Megillas Esther is named for Esther Amalka. But if you look at the life of Queen Esther, it wasn't always so rosy. Esther Amalka was a little girl when she lost her father and her mother, as the Megillah tells us. Esther Amalka was taken into her uncle's home because nobody else was able to raise her. Esther Amalka was taken by force from her uncle's home to the king's palace, where they had all of these different options of who the king is going to marry, but she didn't want to participate. She never asked for anything, le biksha davar, but she was chosen. And then fast forward into the story, and she receives a message from Mordechai: go risk your life. Haman the anti-Semite wants to kill us all. You're the only one that can get the job done. Esther Amalka should have said to herself, me? Are you talking to me? That orphan girl, Rahman al-Islam, that has no parents? She has nobody in the world that cares for her. She only has an uncle. And even the uncle she doesn't have anymore because she was taken by force from his home. So she's now in some anti-Semitic reality of an institution where they're trying to make her the most appealing that she could be, and she doesn't want it. Esther should have said, I'm the wrong person to deliver this message. I'm not your person. Mordechai HaTzadik says to Esther one pasuk that changes her mind. If you're going to keep silent in this moment, Mordechai says, I guarantee you, don't worry about it. The miracle is going to happen. The Jews will be saved. We're going to have a Purim feast like you never saw. But you and the purpose for your existence and the reason you came down to this world, you may lose forever. In other words, it wasn't just on a simple reading that Esther was being told that if you don't do this, Hashem will figure out somebody else to do it. It was a deeper message. The message was, Esther, everything that went wrong in your life, it wasn't by mistake. This is your moment to make value of all the pain you suffered. Because once you will realize that you can make this miracle happen and save Am Yisrael, then all the sacrifice that you had to go through and all the difficulties was worthwhile, because just one Jewish woman stood up to the biggest anti-Semite in history that was about to annihilate all of Am Yisrael in one day. The message is very simple. The way a chassid reads the Megillas Esther is, we're in Golus. It's not Mashiach's revelation yet the way we want it. Is life easy? I don't know anybody that can truly look you in the camera and say, life's great, it's easy, no problems. The question of a chassid is a different one. The question of a chassid is this the moment I was created for? If this is my moment, and this is the reason why my neshama came down and my soul came down to this earth, then this is the reason why I suffered. And if I take action, it will make everything else make sense. And if I let it slip by, it could be that I suffered all of this time for nothing. So l'chaim, as Purim comes around, let us think for a moment and ask ourselves, are we rising to the occasion? Yes, of course, we're all hurting, each in our own way. But that wasn't the question. The question is, are you at least utilizing your pain, each of us in our own way, in a way that we can say, La Yehudim, Haisa, Eira, V'simcha, V'sasan, V'yikar. L'chaim, may Hashem help us all. That as we say in Megillas Esther, and the halacha is, what does it mean to say L'chaim and Purim to the point of Adal Lo Yada? You don't know the difference between Haman is cursed and Mordechai is blessed? Says the Rebbe, because there's two levels of love of Hashem to the Jew. One is a level of das, of yediyah, it makes sense. But on Purim, Hashem raises us to such a level where he says, rise higher. The love that I have for you, my dear son, is not because it makes sense. It's Adal Lo Yada. It's not predicated on logic. Hashem is going to love you no matter what happens, no matter what you did wrong in your past. It's irrelevant. And that's why the day of Yom Kippur is only called Yom Kippurim. It's not even as holy as the day of Purim. Because on the day of Purim, we can all rise. So l'chaim, a happy Purim. We should make sure that all the Jews that we know should also have a happy Purim. As the Rebbe would ask, we should go to jails, to hospitals, to nursing homes. And by us sharing the joy of Purim with every member of Klal Yisrael, certainly Hashem will bless us all. La Yehudim, Isa, Eira, V'simcha, V'sasan, V'yikar, Kain Tiya Lanu, with the coming of Mashiach now. Thank you, Afreilichen Purim, L'chaim.